隊啊，佢哋喺第一回合分別都以30幾分之差大勝對手晉級。今晚嘅賽事應該都要鬥到最後一刻，輸咗嗰隊就會跌入負方組。
咁除咗一般嘅聯賽之外咧，香港籃球其實仲有好幾個比賽嘅。咁歷史比較耐咧，就係銀牌賽啦。咁含金量咧都相對地高嘅，可以話係同聯賽嘅冠軍一樣，就係甲一組最重要嘅兩個賽事啦。
周賢堅俾過嚟連浩俊，笠落去，倒過嘅蓋蒂斯輕鬆搞掂啊！見到蓋蒂斯引嚟包夾啦，右邊泰勒空晒3分 ，OK。
咁銀牌賽係行雙淘汰制啦，每隊都有2次機會嘅。咁假設唔好彩輸咗一場咧，咁就會跌咗落負方啦。咁如果負方再輸多一場咧，就會被淘汰。
呢下救到，彈翻個波入嚟，俾到利奇鬧到，對住韓天賜，自己嚟啦。
And it's the beginning of the season as well. Teams are just getting to start to know their techniques and their systems. So different from the regular season, you have a lot more time to get together, and it's more of a finished product.
泰拿鏟入中間，突破分波，韋斯迪空晒3分，點啊？又見到泰拿，今次1個對住5個嘅6-3都阻佢唔到啊！
Whether it's the Silver Shield or league play, every player willing to give their best, focused on what they need to do to help the team win. And me personally, I treat every game the same. I don't take it easy. If it's a weaker team or a better team, I try and go play the same way every game, no matter what.
泰拿呢球策動快攻，左扭右扭，最後嚟個歐洲步得分上籃啊！半場已經拎咗17分啦。何依富領導位空晒嘅3分，永龍打出
除咗泰拿嘅得分之外咧，其實 CJ 令到對方嘅內線都有過犯嘅問題啦。咁我哋最多試過領先過10幾分嘅，咁但係其實10幾分咧喺現今籃球上面其實都係好少嘅啫。咁加上咧滿貫其實係上屆嘅銀牌賽冠軍啦，咁佢哋都係一隊好有實力嘅球隊，咁所以我哋好快咧就俾佢哋追上。
呢邊輪到老將李奇啊，蕭偉耀。中埋嘅話，滿貫反超前，又係李奇，又入3分，滿貫撒咗段3分魚啊！蔡再勤搏土犯規 and one， 滿貫犧
So we
牲。
can't let those hard-earned, chances go to waste. We got to do our job. We got to hit shots. We got to execute.
韓天賜逼一逼，殺入籃底，搏埋犯規，咁樣嘅話，李奇都5犯離場咯喎。落後住3分。泰拿選擇葫蘆頂急停跳射。
It was a critical moment. We had successfully forced a 24-second violation. With 30 seconds left, we have possession of the ball.
最後一球，波落咗喺泰拿手上，3分嘅起手，保持打手喎，球證嘅冇事。
梗係打手啦！呢球波我自己睇到一嘢拍落去，但係球證唔吹，有乜辦法啊？
In that specific moment, in a very important situation, for that to get the wrong call.
漏判都係一個籃球比賽嘅一部分啦，咁我哋都唯有接受啦。
人係得3個，咁啊佢哋靠佢哋嘅電眼去睇啦。希望嚟緊聯賽真係可以能夠有一個回放系統嘅出現啦。
最後一球，韓天超嘅起手唔中啊！結果滿貫。
We wanted to start off on the right foot. It can be a bit of a downer to lose that first game, especially the way we did. However, when you do get pushed over to the losing bracket, you either rise and push forward and get to the winner's side, or you fold and end up getting kicked out of the tournament.
呢度就係我哋平時開會嘅地方啦。
許生，呢度好多獎杯喎。
係啊，主要賽事嘅獎杯都喺呢度噶啦。永倫吳國都搞咗45年啦。咁喺呢45年裏邊咧，我哋有冠軍，亦都有好多失敗。希望能夠再繼續培養到一啲好啲嘅青年球員，就為香港增加個更高啲嘅職位。將籃球運動搞得好啲。望邊個鏡頭啊？
呢邊，許生。
好。由幾時講起？
由成立一開始講起。
喂， 有排講喎。
係啊，許生預備好未？
預備好啦。我喺中學時代咧已經係打乙組一隊遠東嘅籃球隊，咁跟住咧就去英國讀書。喺英國讀書咧就有繼續打波嘅。喺75年我贏咗全英學院冠軍。咁我喺英國翻嚟之後咧，就繼續我打籃球嘅時候咧就整傷咗膝頭哥。咁膝頭哥咧嗰陣時咁多年前咧係好難醫好。咁啊，既然間醫唔好啦，要圓我嘅籃球夢咧。咁啊，直至到1980年咧，就成立咗永倫籃球隊，就正式喺乙組比賽啦。
一年一度嘅市政局杯青年籃球決賽咧，係安排喺新醫館呢度上演嘅。咁啊，新醫館呢度啊，絕非係輕易可以喺度舉行籃球比賽，除非係決賽，好似呢一場咁樣啦。藍色衫咧就係永倫啦，白色衫咧就係思遠嘅。因為咧決賽周係4隊打單循環，咁兩隊咧一路都未輸過嘅。喺呢一次嘅比賽裏邊咧，市政局杯只係每隊咧有2個嘅甲一組球員參加啫。永倫方面咧2個甲一組球員咧就係陳偉傑同埋劉勇啊，佢2個咧啱啱去完啊漢城參加亞運會嘅。咁而思遠咧就5號嘅吳柱業同埋係13號嘅徐家樂。咁其實咧雙方亦都有其他嘅曾經打過甲一組嘅球員啊，好似黃鵬啊同埋係李井怡啊呢啲咁嘅球員。啊劉勇。俾到落去咧嚇，好靚！劉勇咧佢係射手嚟嘅，咁呢場波咧係淨係上半場已經係入咗5個3分波啊！思遠睇佢唔定嘅話咧，咁就可能輸波喺佢手度，因為上半場戰情非常之緊湊嘅，雙方係3度打成平手，而思遠咧就係憑住上半場完場前啊，咁先至係領前32-31嘅啫。
我哋初時咧永倫都係參加一啲公開賽，都係籃聯會主辦嘅。好似工商杯啊，或者市政杯嗰啲賽事，85、86年左右咧，就正式參加乙組嘅球賽啦。參加咗大概2年咧，就升上甲二組。咁喺甲二組咧，93年我哋攞咗聯賽銀牌嘅雙料冠軍，就升上甲一組。咁就從嗰陣時開始咗我哋嘅甲一組嘅生涯啦。
90年代嘅籃圈入邊咧，其實已經有外籍球員㗎啦。當年我哋升班上到甲一組之後咧，咁我哋本隊球員咧都唔算太差嘅。咁有一啲前港隊球員喺度啦，咁有張金文啊、鄧小強同埋一啲資深嘅球員啊、謝朗明等等。咁配合埋一啲外籍嘅球員一齊，咁都有啲化學作用。咁所以我哋喺第2年就攞到個聯賽冠軍啦。喺1997年有幸去參加超級工商杯、玫瑰杯，亦都好幸運地咁我哋攞到個冠軍。籃球總會亦都有好多嘅唔同嘅公開賽，但係有電視直播嘅就唔多咯。咁當年玫瑰杯就有電視直播啦。
97年開始咧，甲一聯賽咧就係得返8支球隊嘅啫，循環制嘅。最高分嗰隊咧就係聯賽冠軍。當時最強嗰隊咧就係威納。威納咧喺96至到98年咧都係得到聯賽同埋銀牌嘅3連冠㗎。佢哋97年嗰陣時咧，更加代表香港咧就出戰亞洲籃球冠軍聯賽，成為香港歷史性咧唯一一次贏到冠軍嘅。
歡迎收睇呢節晚間新聞。全球各地股市今日全面大幅下瀉。香港股市嘅跌幅比其他地方嘅跌幅大，恒生指數今日跌咗13.7%，跌咗1438點，收市報9060點，創26個月以嚟最低點。
喺銀行睇住報價機嘅散戶，大部分人都係唉聲嘆氣。
97金融風暴之下嘅香港就受人慘霧嘅，整體大環境都唔好。幾乎所有行業都受到衝擊，咁香港籃球都一樣啦。因為有唔少球隊都係商業營運機構，喺經濟倒退之下，佢哋決定退出籃壇。我記得有2支勁旅就威納同埋海魚係其中之一嘅。咁嗰陣佢哋一宣布退出，咁有睇開本地籃球嘅人咧都覺得哇好震驚。
永倫係一支業餘兼中小型嘅球隊，打我哋球員咧多數係以興趣為主嘅，所以對我哋嘅影響真係唔係好大。喺咁嘅情況之下咧，仲可以緊貼咁諗下點樣去攞一次聯賽甲一組嘅冠軍啊，或者攞一次甲一組嘅銀牌冠軍啊咁樣。
威納嘅退場咧，就造就咗一個好機會俾我哋。佢哋球隊裏邊咧有幾位好出色嘅球員咧，需要下一支球隊咧去延續佢哋嘅籃球生涯。咁我哋咧就成功傾咗幾個關鍵嘅球員翻嚟，造就咗我哋一段冠軍嘅王朝。
Welcome back to Basket Senayan in Jakarta, Indonesia. Regal of Hong Kong, a surprising leader at 13 to now 10 over pre-tournament co-favorite.
Larry King, he gets his money's worth out there.
37-32, John again powering up, air ball. Choi follow up, Choi Fong Yu.
阿宇咧就係一個好全面嘅中鋒嚟㗎，佢打內線咧又可以得分，又可以咧喺中距離度攞分，而保護籃板方面咧亦都打得好好㗎。之後咧又入選咗亞洲明星隊，係一個有潛質嘅典型中鋒嚟嘅。
蔡 Sir 咧就係喺一啲零度位咧好準嘅，同埋佢好高啦。因為其實喺甲一裏邊咧唔係好多人入樽嘅，佢係其中一個經常入樽嘅球員，所以佢令到我咁吸引就係咁嘅原因。
97年嘅時候咧，就有機會咧贏到亞洲冠軍球會杯嘅冠軍，咁啊令到我咧受到台灣嘅球隊達欣府嘅賞識啦，去到當地咧就體驗呢個全職嘅籃球。不過好景不常咧，因為個表現同埋亞洲金融風暴嘅影響啦，99年我就回流翻嚟香港。咁啊，許生知道咗之後咧，即刻聯絡我啦。許生對於搞籃球嗰個概念啊，培育年青球員咧，可以話非常之不遺餘力嘅。咁啊，即刻答應咗加盟永倫啦。當時係1999年啊，咁啊就係咁樣開始我喺永倫嘅籃球嘅生涯啦。
Comes Young, oh hesitation, finger roll, huge one.
當時咧另一位當打嘅射手咧，翁金華咧亦同年咧就加入咗我哋嘅。佢曾經咧就係 FIBA 亞洲賽嘅3分王，無論喺本地球賽定係亞洲嘅杯賽，佢得分嘅數據都係相當有說服力嘅。
高級組銀牌籃球決賽由今屆大熱門黃色衫嘅永倫對住黑色衫嘅雲達。擁有3名嘅現役香港隊正選嘅球員嘅永倫啊，曾經向初賽擊敗嗰個雲達㗎。雲達嘅主將吳柱巴今年35歲啊，利用佢嘅經驗同埋身位力壓嘅鄧小雷上籃。咁啊，單喺上半場啊，吳柱嘅表現啊非常出色，入咗4個3分波。呢邊啊，還以顏色翁金華，不愧係呢個香港啊神射手啊！今屆銀牌賽事啊，平均啊每場攞20分以上㗎。李雲雷一個單擋，中密飛啊，佢哋啊雲達嘅洋將啊，曾經打過呢個美國大學籃球賽㗎。上半場永倫啦，5位正選可以話得發揮得非常之好啊，所以啊領先7分咁多。到咗下半場嘅賽事啦，蔡方宇力壓一位李慧倫啊，加碼波出嚟，永倫嘅洋將啊，呢個啊拜仁啊射邊球中距離。下半場啊，雲達可以話整隊波表現係比較失常啊，只有靠主角李慧倫嘅進攻，2分啊向後移動啊，6-7-6寸啊，對方都幾難甩佢啊。又係永倫嘅進攻啦，翁金華佢喺4隻手指，睇下做個咩方啊！原來呢邊係底線單擋，張錦洲出嚟射咗3分波啊！張錦洲嘅3分波啊，令到啊對方啊雲達呢位教練鄭偉明啊非常之頭痛啊！又係永倫進攻，呢球波諗住做單擋㗎，原來翁金華自己一個大波入攝，一個急停跳射。張錦洲球3分波之後啊，永倫就以87-70擊敗雲達，奪得今屆銀牌冠軍。
呢場冠軍咧就好似我哋聯賽嘅熱身咁樣，我哋想保持呢一股動力咧，就乘勝追擊。繼95年之後咧，繼續衝擊第2次嘅聯賽冠軍。
00年嘅球季咧，宏達贏咗上一屆冠軍之後咧，就退出咗甲1，變咗對我哋嚟講咧，最大嘅威脅咧就係有呂楚威啊、胡國峰啊、鐘永達啊呢3個球星嘅復健。
Haru Ogawa.
Ogawa.
李偉倫係香港籃球史上一個難得4號位大前鋒，能夠射到3分，膽底威脅都大。
好高啦，佢嘅單打能力啦，佢可以個人好快啦，同埋次出到嚟咧，佢一定係會殺食嘅，一定係入到波嘅。
我應該係2000年入永倫嘅。咁當時永倫其實已經係唔錯幾強嘅球隊㗎啦，咁我加埋入去，咁啊變咗就啱好似變咗成隊波就 較為完整完美咁咯。其實好簡單，我哋嗰陣時都定下個目標就係銀牌同埋聯賽咧冠軍。
佢嚟到咧就打一個 stretch four， 能夠拉出去射3分咧，配搭我一個比較靈活嘅內線咧，咁令到我哋整體嘅打法咧變得更加多變啦。
當時嘅福建仲有一個非常高嘅球員叫宋方，咁2米12，歷史上都數一數二嘅高佬嚟㗎啦。每隊都想盡辦法去壓制佢嘅。咁我哋咧就好彩都有2個高佬。
縱使當年我好記得就係翁金華嘅離開啦，不過我哋仲有潘浩然同埋咧張錦洲2個出色嘅射手嘅配搭啦。咁當時呢個陣容咧可以話起到一個非常之大嘅化學作用。
咁就同阿裕咧就變咗一個內外嘅兼備啦。好簡單就係叫做雙塔啦。咁令到咧成個聯盟咧嘅球隊咧帶嚟好多麻煩。
跟住睇翻另一場啦，男子組嘅決賽啦，就黃色衫衛冕嘅冠軍永倫對住呢個藍色衫嘅福建。咁衛冕冠軍永倫啦，咁主要靠住張錦洲5號同埋李偉倫8號呢個球員啫。睇翻呢邊福建呂楚威球波2個球員埋去 mark 佢啦，都俾佢射入攞咗2分。其實永倫喺初賽就輸咗俾呢個青年，跌咗落負方，所以呢場賽事一定要贏先可以多一場附加嘅決賽嘅。好啦，最後上半場咧，永倫就以33比29暫時領先嘅福建。
呢幾年咧，我哋同福建嘅爭鬥都爭持得好激烈嘅。我哋同佢嘅陣容大致上咧都好相近嘅，大家咧都係有幾個嘅外線射手啦，內線嘅高度咧，或者咧佢哋仲要比我哋高添。
平均分16分2個成呢球針出啦，第一時間急停跳射。
咁對住佢哋咧，其實咧對我嚟講咧係非常之辛苦，因為喺嗰個年代咧，佢哋福建隊咧已經係出現咗叫做打小球陣容，咁所以咧我 mark 嘅球員咧。一係咧就 mark 呂楚威，一係咧就 mark 梁國成，主要呢2個。咁你知佢哋2個又快又準又鏟得㗎啦。咁對於我嚟講咧，就即係我高佢成4-5寸起碼啦，咁就會比較辛苦咯。
但係一出嚟交到功課，又佔翻球3分，打個快攻啦！哇，胡國峰好大步啊！搏到對方犯規添，但係自己跌咗落地下。睇嚟佢應該撞到佢嘅左手啊，因為呢球波衝力都幾大下㗎。睇嚟佢休息下啦。會影響到福建整體嘅戰術部署㗎。睇翻呢度啦，哎呀呢球波上到籃，但係好似犯咗規喎。李偉倫同佢正拗緊。最後呢場賽事永倫就以62比54擊敗咗呢個福建，要打呢場附加嘅決賽。我賽後訪問過2位功臣。
臨尾我哋把握到，佢哋把握唔到。我哋又偷到1-2球波咧，所以我哋咪贏。
我想問係啦，咁下一場有冇信心可以贏到？同埋用咩辦法贏到佢哋咧？
今場比賽咁刺激、咁緊湊，我哋都贏到。下一場絕對有信心嘅，冇問題嘅。
咁喺3日之後呢一場嘅附加決賽依然喺呢個九龍醫館上演。當日啦，座無虛設啦，坐滿咗整個九龍醫館㗎。睇翻呢場決賽先，呂楚威呢球快攻上籃非常之靚避開咗對手啊。其實永倫喺呢場賽事曾經拋離過差唔多20分㗎，但係可能佢哋以為自己係贏緊。較後時間福建更加反超前53-52。福建不捨精神令到呢個賽事仲要2次加時。不過好彩，最後永倫憑住經驗較好，最後就以81比72擊敗呢個福建。
福建係非常之難打，不過我哋都順利完成目標，成功衛冕銀牌之餘我哋喺聯賽以最佳嘅成績力壓福建攞到冠軍。
喺01年咧，我哋有多位好有經驗嘅大哥吳柱業加盟我哋永倫，咁好順利啦，亦都幫我哋喺聯賽裏邊再下一城攞到個冠軍。
連續2年攞咗甲1聯賽冠軍，準備下一年嘅時間咧，教練團覺得基本上個陣容上咧都可以用翻原班人馬咧去衝擊下一季。
This might look like a typical basketball grandstand filled with a sea of Asian fans, but look closer and you'll see one enthusiast who really stands out from the crowd. It's Hong Kong basketball journalist and player Matt Jung. As it turns out, his best friend is none other than Hong Kong international and Matt's teammate on the Flying Eagles, Mike Hung. The two share such a strong passion for basketball that even during the off-season, they can often be found at neighborhood courts playing pickup games. Matt and Mike come from opposite ends of the spectrum, but when they get together on the court, it's like magic in motion.
Plays basketball from the heart. Skill-wise, he's with a basketball in his hand. He's one of the better players I've ever played with, and that includes at the NCAA level. I just feel like basketball can be an aesthetic of its own. It's almost an art form, it can be. And it's my way of producing art when I can. I know that's kind of a bold statement, but it's my own art, and I don't do it for anybody else except for myself. So when I was with Fei Ying, we were playing high-energy, entertainment-style basketball just for fun. But at some point in time, you want to challenge yourself and you want to compete for championships. And Fei Ying didn't have the infrastructure or set up for that. That wasn't the main mission necessarily, but for Wenling, we all knew that was the only mission. And I wanted to be part of that.
Matthew 係唔係同我哋一般嘅正常嘅華人嘅打法嘅？佢係真係美國式打法。我哋有時3分線啦，但係佢係射4分，即係當然冇4分線啦。佢射4分，甚至乎5分嘅距離。即係而家嘅咖喱仔，佢真係射嗰個距離，往往咧喺比賽嘅時候咧，就真係交足貨有餘，甚至令到咧全場嘅球迷好中意睇佢打波。
I remember distinctly as the season, as we started to practice, a moment where Mr. Hoy approached me and he came over to me the way he does with a document that he wanted to show me.
呢份係甲一組歷年嘅冠亞季軍嘅名單。溫安南華、威納以前都試過3連冠。咁我同 Matthew 講咧，希望永倫係第4支贏得呢個榮譽嘅。
You know, in situations like that, if it's just you and your teammates kind of talking about, you know, let's go 3-peat, let's go win the championship, it's easy to hype each other up. But when it's the boss talking, you know, especially when it's the chairman talking, I mean, the founder talking, it's a different ball game.
我冇俾壓力佢嘅，我淨係想佢咧去分擔下李偉倫同阿張錦洲嘅外線得分。佢係一個非常出色嘅 shooting guard，所以我認為佢係攞到分同埋做得到嘅。
Jeez. Hoi-san saying that he doesn't put the pressure on when he's actually putting the pressure on, that's the art of Mr. Hoy's management style. You know, inside I'm thinking, okay, this guy means business. On the outside, I'm thinking, let's go do it. I want to go win a chip with you. I want to win the whole thing because I see how much it means to you, and because of that, it means so much to me.
Matthew 嘅加盟啊，令到我哋咧就攻守兼備啊，特別喺個3分線上啊。最後我哋銀牌裏邊大勝對方福建隊32分，攞走呢個冠軍。
That's when we really started to believe how dominant of a team we could possibly be. I'm always someone who I want to deliver on my promises. You know, it was sort of a first promise that Mr. Hoy and I had spoken about. It was like, let's win every championship this season, and we wound up doing that. And so it was a magical time. The season, I don't remember if anybody's had an undefeated season in the A-League for a long time, but we did, and I'm proud of that.
2002年球隊以雙料冠軍、3連冠、全勝嘅紀錄去完成咗當時嘅球季，成為我哋球史上一個好重要嘅一刻。